Okay, so L Word Generation Q has become the train wreck I can't seem to live without. I love this show. Hi guys, my name is Maria Park and this is Approach the Nerd, and in this episode we are reviewing episode 5 of the L Word Generation Q entitled Labels. And I think a lot of labels got addressed, but I'm just going to kind of dive into the episode like I do my previous reviews, because if I do a play-by-play, it's going to take a very long time. So we're just going to talk about the things that happened, the things we learned, and the things I have questions about. So here we go. I think last week I went newbies to oldies. So we're going to do oldies to newbies today. So we're going to start with Shane. In fact, the episode opens it with Shane having sex with the ex-wife, Kiora, or as Shane calls her, Q. From the state of them, they probably had sex the night before as well. It kind of looked like Shane thought they were getting back together. Even saying as they were starting to do it again that, she had signed the divorce papers. They kind of made it out to be a joke. And, Q says, "I'm sorry for sending them," but then drops a bombshell in the middle of them having sex that she's pregnant. And then we get the opening credits. So long story short, Q wants to be with Shane, but doesn't need Shane. And Shane doesn't want to have children, but every scene we've seen so far, even some in the previous OG L Word, if you ever look at it, the little brother episodes where Shane finds out she has a little brother that her father or bio dad abandoned, and then of course the woman he was married to, she couldn't take the fact that he left, so she just dumped the son on Shane. But Shane was very good with him. So Shane has always been very good with children, even though Shane doesn't want any. So, and they keep showing that. There are scenes where Shane is interacting with Angie, Bet and Tina's daughter. And, Kiara or Q's looking at her like, "See, you'd be a great mom." You can see it on her face that she knows Shane would be a good mother. But Shane has a lot of fear. And Shane even says that Q scares her. So there's a lot. I mean, we know in the past that Shane didn't have the best upbringing. Like, her mother was a druggie and abandoned her. And the father was pretty much no good, slept around, cheated, went with women to women, and was basically abandoned Shane too. So I think Shane just has a fear of being responsible for someone because of the lifestyle that she had in the past and some of the choices that she's still making now, like with Tess. So Shane... I think it's ironic that, so the birthday party was a previous night, and Shane goes to the club and realizes that they missed a liquor delivery. And Tess is like, "Yeah, but we still have a lot of booze left over from last night." Now, I got to give props to Tess. Tess is dealing with a lot of stuff, and I'll get into that in a minute. But Shane literally was like, "Oh, can I trust you to run this place?" And Tess is like, "Well, you screwed my girlfriend and you're talking about trust?" And it was like, yeah, Shane, what are you doing? So, yeah, the fact that Shane did that had sex with Lena, who was with Tess, and then still went to Tess and was kind of throwing the boss card around and being kind of a dick. Yeah, that's some of the old Shane too. I remember the early days with Carmen. So, yeah. Tess. So Tess is a recovering alcoholic. 2 years clean, sobriety is on the line, surrounded by alcohol in this club. Is trying desperately not to drink throughout most of the entire episode. Unfortunately, she does give in after the Shane conversation. And by the end of the night where she's serving customers, she's completely intoxicated. To the point where her and Finley actually get it on. And speaking of Finley, Finley wakes up in the club after the party, and of course Tess is there because Tess, when I guess she talked to her sponsor on the phone, the sponsor told her, "Hey, you need to try and find someone to help." And then of course she goes into one of the side or private rooms, and there's Finley passed out on the couch. So they go out to eat and they start talking, and Tess tells Finley that she's from Las Vegas, and Finley doesn't really open up about anything, which is something I noticed Finley does not like to do. So Finley, after talking to Tess, goes to see Rebecca, and basically does not remember anything that she said to her, like her being in love with her, not, her not being a real priest. And so Rebecca finally says, you need to deal with your crap. And I can't wait for you, because I was in a relationship with a guy for a very long time who basically told her, you can't change me. And I guess she learned that lesson. And seeing Finley, she knows she's not ready and that somebody hurt her. Even though Finley's like, nobody hurt me. She's like, somebody hurt you. Deal with your stuff. So as far as I can tell, they are no longer together. That was a breakup scene. Right after that, Finley calls her dad, who's kind of evasive and like is talking about being at her sister's engagement party. And right as Finley's saying, hey, maybe I can come down for the wedding, he basically says, oh, your mother's coming and I gotta go. So now I know some stuff went down when she came out to her family. I think we're definitely going to see what exactly happened, like maybe later on, maybe this season, maybe not, I don't know. But, we still have 3 episodes left, so who knows? But something went down with that family. The father was too evasive and he rushed the conversation very, very quickly. He asked how she was, how are you doing? Is something wrong? And then, oh, I can't talk right now. I'm at your sister's engagement party. Oh, your mother's coming, gotta go. And you see Finley crying. So I know her family is a big part of the problem that is Finley. So a lot of depth to this character, and we haven't even scratched the surface. But unfortunately, when 2 people that are out intoxicated get together, like Tess and Finley do later that night, because Finley was going to help work at the bar because Lena's gone, they ended up having sex. So, and I love Tess's actress, by the way. She was in one of my favorite shows on Netflix called Sense8. Love that show. If you have not seen it and you have Netflix, check it out. I will fight anyone who says that it is a bad show. It is amazing. Sense8 is amazing. So Tess's actress, who's actually a trans female, who's playing a cis character, which is awesome. That's what I love about the show. You never know who's trans and who's not. She's a very good actress. So I think you'll appreciate that show. So Sense8. All right, moving on. So Danny receives a prenup for Sophie to sign that is completely messed up. So it's not only messed up that he sent a prenup saying that if Sophie has any kids biologically, that they will not have any rights to any of the money inherited from basically Danny's dad. But if Danny has the kids, they're considered family. That is messed up. And so Sophie was going to sign it until that clause, but it's just messed up because to me, he's doing everything he can to subtly break them up. Because he knew sending that prenup was going to cause a fight with them. He knew sending that prenup with that stipulation was going to cause a fight. And Sophie is feeling the pressure because Danny did stand up to her dad. She basically said, we're not signing it and F you. But she then couldn't communicate with Sophie. And Sophie is big about her coming to her and letting her in. And she's not. She wants to be alone to process everything, which you don't do in a marriage. You can't do everything alone. So it is already causing a problem and it's sad. I don't know if these 2 are going to make it down the aisle, to be honest with you. I want them to, but I don't know if it's going to happen. And I have dubbed them the new Bet and Tina, but hopefully with a successful ending. So yeah, that to me is completely effed up. I don't know where we're going to go from here, but I do know that Danny needs to figure her stuff out, and she also needs to figure out how she's going to relate and basically open up to Sophie, or there's not going to be a wedding. So moving on to my favorite train wreck character, Alice, who is now in a throuple, a willing throuple. So like the really messed up thing is that Nat is kind of like regretting it in a way, but at the same time, I think she's actually slowly wanting to get back with her ex, and Alice is not seeing that she's the middle person. She's not seeing this. She's so excited, like, I had a threesome. This is awesome. We could be a throuple, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, they are still into each other. The conversation they had in the kitchen where Nat is telling Gigi, you hurt me, you cheated on me. And then Gigi says, do you want me to go? And Nat says, no. That is a red flipping flag, and Alice is not seeing this. So I'm flabbergasted by this because she's usually pretty good at seeing relationship crap that's going down, and she's not seeing it in her own. So I don't know. That whole situation is a mess. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with that next week because I'm under the opinion, and my theory is that by episode 8, it's gonna be Nat and Gigi without Alice. That's what I think is going to happen. She's going to be pushed out, and she really has herself to blame because Nat gave her an out saying, I don't want to do this. And it was Alice that was like, oh, I had fun last night. Let's keep it up. So that is on her train wreck. Then we come to Bet. Bet. So Bet basically got a text from Felicity while she was with Angie and lied to Angie saying it was work related. And of course, Angie's like, no, it's not. So she knows her mother. Well, she meets with Felicity and tells Felicity, it's over. We can't do this. You will be fine. You will get over it. I can see the look on Felicity's face that, to me, that's not over. I think she's going to cause a lot more crap. But by the end of the episode, all of the characters, Shane, Alice, well, the throuple, Shane and her wife, and of course, Bet, go to see. Well, technically, I want to say it's Jordy's play because Angie only moves furniture, but for some reason, because that's their baby, that was the best moving of furniture they'd ever seen. They're up there taking pictures like they're the paparazzi. It's hilarious. But they clap for Jordy too because Angie's friend Jordy's parents basically would not come to see her. So I'm thinking her parents are trash. They just seem to be. But so by the end of the episode, as they're leaving the theater, Felicity's husband or ex-husband or whatever their status is down there talking about, oh, I need to talk to you. You F my wife, basically what he did at the campaign. But he pushes Angie and she falls. And of course, the mother in Bet, she pushes his butt back. And he hits his head on the stairs. And everybody that's down there, like the parents and people that are coming out, are all filming it on their phones. Now, as a mother, I get it. I personally would have knocked the beep out of him if he would have hurt my child. But running for mayor, you also have to understand that you have another persona that is not just you. Your image is owned by everyone. So now they're just seeing the future mayor beat up the person, the ex-husband of the woman that you had an affair with. So this is not going to bode well for her. So next week's episode on that's going to be very interesting. And poor Danny's got a lot going on, and she's the PR person, so she's going to have to figure out how to get out of this mess too. So that's going to be interesting. So then we get to Micah and Jose. Micah and Jose are adorable to me. I just have a question. It's a question. Now, I am married to a transgender person. I am bisexual. So or maybe even pansexual if you want to say, a label, which we're not trying to do. I don't see gender with the person that I'm with. So any type of sex that I have with my partner is fine. But I always thought that Jose was completely homosexual, like completely gay. So how is he having lesbian sex with Micah? Because there's a scene where Micah's kind of opening up to Jose, because earlier Jose actually dropped the I love you bomb, like randomly. And then they talk about it. And Micah basically, Jose asked Micah if Micah loves him. And he says, well, you seem to be all over the place. Do you know what you want? Jose says, no, I don't. And then they kind of have like this like conversation, and Micah's like, well, that's okay. I like you a lot, and this is fine for now. And then they decide to, like, Micah wants to try something. And so I know that Micah has not fully transitioned. So he still has his female genitalia. So if Jose is a true gay man, that should not turn you on. You should not be able to do that with somebody, no matter how much you like them, because you're not turned on by that part. Like, all of my friends who are male and gay, the idea of sleeping with a woman, even lesbian sex, is hard for them. Like, they can't even process it. So is Jose bisexual or pansexual? Did I miss this? I'm just confused. I just want to know. I don't have a problem with it. I just want to know if that is what he is. Because if not, then that scene is very challenging for me. So I'm just saying, just throwing that out there. I'm still way into their relationship. I think they're an awesome couple. I really want them to work out. I want Jose to get his priorities straight and get his crap together and realize, he realizes that Micah's awesome, but really commit and have Micah feel like he can commit. But I need to understand that scene. So that's where I am with that. And the final thing that has happened is that Angie admits to Shane while they're at the theater that she has a crush on Jordy, and Shane says, I think Jordy likes you too. And I knew it. I think they're freaking adorable. I think it's cute that technically Angie's a baby gay. So yeah, that's going to be interesting going forward too. I hope we get more backstory for Jordy of like why her parents are trash. But yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna learn a lot about a lot of the characters next week. But that is all that has happened. You got my main question about Jose. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. And if you would like to sign up for jury duty, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to know who's next on the Nerd Bell, hit the notification bell. Until next time, I can't wait for you to approach the nerd. Bye, guys. And if you have time, don't forget to check out some of these other videos.